Can you tell us a little bit about the surgery, because it's pretty unique? Is it something to do with string or something? The syndesmosis reconstruction surgery?
Yeah, so I think back in the day they didn't really. You'd sort of just play on with it, and your ankle felt a bit loose. But as technology has gotten better and MRIs have gotten better, they realise that there's a ligament in there that holds the two bones together. And they call it a tightrope surgery now, which they pretty much put two little buttons on either side of your ankle and tie pretty much a rope around it to hold it together. So I think recovery rate, used to be about 12 plus weeks, but they worked their way down. I actually had surgery on my right ankle, similar thing, and that took me probably about 9 weeks. But now you can sort of get it down to about 6 to 8, which is the way they've got better with, I guess, recovery and also the surgery.
The Brick Bradman Best, how's he going? And have you been able to nurture him through this syndesmosis recovery? He knows a bit about feet injuries.
Yeah, he's had the same thing too with he's had the same surgery on his other ankle as well. So he's not too unfamiliar of the way it goes. But like I said, you can go on without and not have surgery. But it's probably a lot better if you get it done, and the recovery rate is pretty much pretty similar. So we're both in the same boat, probably 2 weeks apart from each other. So he wouldn't be too far along either in his recovery.
Speaking of recovery, great to see the big boy Pasami Sulo back out there training, back on his feet. He had that nasty dislocation of the ankle and break of the leg in Wagga in reserve grade. Great to see Sam's back out and about around the place.
Yeah, it is. I didn't realise he'd be back so quick, and pretty much he was up and about after I got out of surgery. He was already walking around and on the Alter G and doing a bit of walking around, and now he's in the same boat as me. Starting, I think it was last week or the week before, just starting to do a bit of jogging on the field. And I thought if you'd break your leg, you'd be gone for the season. But he's pushing to come back, I think, towards the back end of the season. Hopefully we see him back, because he's working hard behind the scenes.
Now, mate, this is where we take you into the more uncomfortable part, the deeper dive into Tyson Frizell, and find out a little bit more about you. Now, you don't talk footy during this. Now, if I be really honest, we were going to have Sammy on for this, because I had a whole heap of plans to drill you, but because we've got a bit going on with COVID, we're going to have to park that. But you don't get away scot-free.
So you can have it on your own.
Mate, you know what? That could be more dangerous for you. So,
no, probably.
Actually, we might get Lily back, the better half of Jaden Brayley, and Sammy together, and then we can really open up the back bloke. So, mate, tell us first and foremost, how did this partnership come together, you and your beautiful wife?
You're going to get me in trouble here how long ago it was now, but it was a few years ago now, you can say. Probably about 10 years now. I've been married for about 3 years. 2 kids. Met in the early days of starting my career back in Cronulla. Many people don't really know I started my career there, but mostly known for playing most of my footy at the Dragons. But it's been a long time now, and 2 kids later, and 3 years under our belt and being married. So everything's going well.
So you went so far, so good. There's so much more to come. So you went from the arch enemy, from the Sharks to the Dragons, the great rivals. Was that difficult?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Wollongong. I played league and union growing up, and actually was playing schoolboys rugby union, and then played Australian schoolboys in rugby, and then sort of got offered to come play under 20s at Cronulla, and at that stage just sort of and ahhing whether I wanted to stay with rugby and or give league a crack. So I thought I'd give it was a 1-year deal, and I think it was about $1,500 or something like that to sign up fee, which was great at that stage. It didn't really matter, but getting some sort of money to play footy was awesome. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a crack for a year, and after that year, yeah, signed another 2-year deal and ended up making my debut the year after. So yeah, it all worked out.